joining me today as we explore how to turn your passion into a viable business. And to help me discuss this today is Sunny Sanderson of Iris Cocktails, based in Oceanside, California. This is an exciting story, and I know you're going to enjoy it. It's going to leave you motivated to take action on your dreams and the dreams of monetizing your hobby or your passion. Welcome, Sunny, and I really appreciate you joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor, pleasure.
Thank you. Well, I want to start out by saying congratulations to you and everyone at Iris Cocktails. You recently received an award that you placed second in the entire country on the USA Today's Top 10 Best Canned Cocktail Contest. That's quite an accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we a little bit beside ourselves. There was a lot of dancing and hoop holler, whatever that one. We were really very, very grateful to even have been considered in the first place, and then to have placed second was huge. Yeah.
That's so amazing, knowing your journey, which we're going to get into, but that was very exciting to hear. And I know you've received numerous other awards that we want to talk about, but first I want to take our audience back to the very beginning. So Sunny, can you take us back to the very start of Iris Cocktails? Where did the idea come from and how did it develop?
Well, my husband, Ed, and I got married. We blended our families back in 2012. And so together we had 5 kids, which all living at home. So needless to say, our lives were incredibly busy. And I could see that Ed really needed a creative outlet. He's a creative, and not having something that he could be passionate and excited about I could see was really, really important. So I kept pushing him to pursue something he was passionate about. He had talked frequently about wanting to distill vodka. So I said, do it, go for it. Like, you have my 100% support. But he never really did much about it. Well, we actually have had a friend who he is a design and construction consultant for companies who build breweries and distilleries. So we had brunch one day with him and his family, and then the 2 guys ended up talking about it, and Ed shared with him some of his ideas, and he was super excited and said, yeah, I'm there, I'll help you. Eventually though, we actually met, or we had a friend who we did not know was a mixologist, and an extraordinary one at that. So, you know, we started talking about distilling vodka with him. Well, fast forward a few years, and eventually that distilling of vodka actually turned into making pre-mixed cocktails. So it's kind of the short version of it.
Wow, well, that's quite a journey, and I appreciate how it really just started with a passion someone had, and like I said, a creative outlet. I think a lot of businesses really start that way. So that's great. But what were some of the challenges that you faced on this journey, and how did you overcome them?
Well, thankfully, I will say that we were able to put together a team of both highly qualified individuals as well as people who are really excited and passionate about what we were doing. On one level or another, they were all excited and down with, creating craft cocktails. So they were excited about the concept we were building. We officially launched in 2020. So just a few months later, COVID hits, of course, and turns the world completely upside down, and our business with it. So we had to make very quick and huge adjustments in really how we were going to keep moving forward with our business, especially with sales and marketing, because sales and marketing, and our plan originally had been to have cocktail tasting parties.
Right.
Well, that was not going to be possible. So, so that really put we had to start, okay, we got to revamp. How do we do this? Plus the fact that, as a startup, everyone on the team still had day jobs to pay the bills. So they were adjusting to their own new lives and their own new businesses in addition to that. So everybody's resources were stretched really thin, both emotionally and financially, which for any new business could really have killed it before it ever got off the ground. But I will say that probably our biggest asset was, again, the passion that the team had for the project. Almost everyone really believed in what we were doing. They were still excited about doing it and were interested in, okay, how do we adjust? So having a love for the project and respect for each other really helped keep the business moving forward. However, I said almost everyone. We actually had a couple of team members kind of just go MIA, and we lost track of them and didn't hear from them, and really ended up realizing or coming to find out that they were just really overwhelmed with everything that was going on, or they just felt like the effort really wasn't worth it for them. So at times that was really discouraging to lose team members. But actually what it ended up doing then is it helped us to better know who we needed, the kind of person we needed to fill those roles, who was going to be better suited. And eventually, once we did find those people, they really turned out to be a better fit for our team than the previous individuals. So, but again, our core team really played the biggest role in their willingness to not give up, to keep looking for ways to overcome and move forward.
Great. You really hit on some very key points there about how a team is not just a group of people that works together, but a real productive team is going to be a team who shares the same end goal, passions, and values and so forth. So great. So was there ever a time though that you and Ed thought, okay, this is just not going to work, let's just throw in the towel, cut our losses and move on?
Oh, absolutely. I probably think about that once a month. Ed, not so much. He has much more of the entrepreneurial spirit than I do by nature. So this is something I'm learning. But I think really it comes down to being fully convinced that what you're doing is a good thing. Whatever that thing is, that it's the good thing, it's the right thing. And then having really a strong sense of loyalty to the people that have supported you, who believe in you, who want to see you succeed. So when you know that you're doing this more for even out of loyalty for other people, that's a powerful thing that keeps you going, well, then we figure this out. We're going to figure this out, and we are going to do everything we can to keep this business moving forward. You realize that sometimes your plans and ideas are going to fail, and they do. So you just keep searching for new ways you change directions, you try something new. You have to start thinking outside of the box. Which when you do those things, it inspires creativity, which inspires lots of excitement and joy. So you're feeding your own excitement while actually doing something positive for the business itself. So and every time you have even a small success, you try something and you have a little bit of success, you focus on what was successful, not what failed. So, and then you just keep building on that. You go, okay, well, this worked. So how do we keep this great thing going? And you just keep moving. You keep that momentum and that excitement, you celebrate those things, which keeps you going, all right, we can do this.
Exactly. That's an excellent point. if we allow the challenges to just completely overwhelm us, it's difficult to get going. But when you have the group who is sharing those passions, then it's easier for somebody to is always going to be the cheerleader and say, okay,
Yeah.
it's okay, we're going to find a solution. And then it feels so good when you do overcome that challenge. And like you said, it's a little success. It's that impetus that just keeps you going.
Yeah, and encouraging each other. That's huge. If, you know, if you've got teammates who are cheering each other on,
yes,
you know, when your team members believe in you, that's huge. That's huge too.
Yes, it is. That's great. Good. So how would you describe, you know, it appears that you're a very tight-knit group and you share the same values and so forth. How would you describe the personality within IRS Cocktails?
We've talked a lot about that actually in a lot of team meetings. I think the best way to describe IRS is to say we are respectfully irreverent.
I love it.
And what I mean by that is, in reality, we're a cocktail company. Yeah. So, which means by its nature, we are doing something, engaged with something, participating in something that is automatically going to lift your own spirits. It's going to bring you a measure of joy and pleasure to your life. Cocktails are always, they're part of a social setting, typically, more times than not. So you're with people that you care about, that you love, that you enjoy. So really that means that fun is a kind of mandatory for our team, having fun, having a good time, but not taking ourselves too seriously. But I would say that respect is equally as important. You have to have respect for the work that you're doing. You have to respect, for us, we respect the craft of mixology, realizing that it is a serious craft. We want to make good, you know, good quality cocktails. So you have to take that seriously. And as well as really respecting the power of alcohol and its power. It must maintain a balance, you know, because, you know, it has the potential of being dangerous for any of us. So having a real true respect for those elements really, and balancing, you know, the fun is obviously extremely important, the irreverent, slightly irreverent nature, but again, maintaining respect and that balance is something we really strive for.
Great, good. Well, it's obviously working for you. The company has, from those little seeds of just something that sounds like would be a good creative outlet, has grown into a business that's really taking off. We mentioned the USA Today 10 Best Award that you won. What other achievements do you want to mention?
Well, we, I think you might have touched on it earlier. We've actually won a number of gold and silver medals. We've won a double gold at the San Diego Spirits Festival for one of our cocktails. And then 4 more cocktails won medals at the San Diego Spirits Festival. So we're super excited, again, to be able to, you know, have that kind of recognition by, you know, your peers and judges is a big deal. So we're really very happy about that. But kind of along the same lines, really, when we start getting our cocktails out there and people are trying them and their response is, wow, these are so good. These aren't like other canned cocktails.
Nice.
This is the real deal. Like those, that's the achievement. I mean, because like I said, you know, I mean, we believed in the fact that this could bring joy and pleasure into people's lives. And so that's the goal. And we didn't get into this with the goal of winning awards. Those are bonuses. So our real achievements are when, hey, people try what we're making and we love it. They love it. And you're like, yay. Excuse me. I mean, there really isn't anything more. Money and awards don't give you that same kind of
Sure.
sense of accomplishment.
Yes, yes, that has to be extremely satisfying. Very good. So what's next for IRS Cocktails?
Excuse me. Actually, we've got quite a bit on the horizon that we are very excited about. So we've been in talks with several hotels here, San Diego, San Francisco. They want to have our cocktails in their hotel to serve as guests, serve to their guests, I should say. We're also talking with, and it looks like we're going to work with a tasting room down in Coronado. They also want to serve and have our cocktails on their shelves down in Coronado Islands. So we're really excited. The people there were just amazing. We just loved that team down there. Then we were asked to be part of a charity event. It's actually this weekend or this week that was hosted by the Football Hall of Famer, Jerry Rice. So we're excited to share and be part of that charity event. And one of our next big projects is we're going to start making custom cocktails for corporate businesses, companies, as well as maybe local sports celebrities. That's a growing market, and people, some of these individuals are wanting something name brand for themselves that they've created and designed. So that'll be our next avenue of approach. So yeah, we're really excited. Lots of fun to be had.
Lots of things going, lots of exciting things. That's great. Those are the things that really keep you motivated and keep you going. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sunny, I'm sorry our time has run out. I would love to talk to you forever, but maybe we can plan on getting together sometime down the road just to see how some of these accomplishments and future goals that you have, how they're panning out. I'd love to revisit this again.
Love it.
And thank you for joining us. Before I move on, I really appreciate it. But I want to tell the audience too that please go over to irscocktails.com and check out their website, learn more about this amazing company. And while you're there, check out what they have to offer, because they really do have some phenomenal cocktails, and you'll understand why they are so deserving of all of the accolades that have been heaped on them. This whole interview here and talking to Sunny and learning about IRS Cocktails should have been enough motivation for you to step out of your comfort zone and act on your dreams and start your own business. If you need further motivation or direction or guidance, go over to my website at chappellstrategies.com and fill out the contact form. I'd love to speak with you, learn what your dreams are and what your goals are, and hear what your story is. Tune in next time for another timely interview on a topic that's going to be relevant for today's entrepreneurs and startups. But until then, have a great day. Thanks, Sunny.